In China, prostitution used to be legal. The first government-founded brothel dated back to around 700 BC. Historians said this brothel was supposed to develop the national economy as the government could levy taxes. This trend reached its peak in the Tang Dynasty. At that time, the number of registered prostitutes amounted to about 140,000, which meant there was one prostitute in every 5,000 people in the Tang Dynasty. Since the mid-Qing dynasty, prostitution was outlawed and officers were banned from engaging in the activity. Thus, China entered the era when prostitution was illegal. Until February 2014, Chinese state media reported the mystery sex capital Dongguan, which brought the city an anti-vice storm. Dongguan, a second-tier city, has one state road and 3 highways connected to Guangzhou and Hong Kong. 3 railways intersected here and 2 high-speed rails passed. 82 sailing routes allow million-ton ships to sail directly into the port of 3 counties in Dongguan. Convenient transportation makes Dongguan an important manufacturing hub, and the city was also known as the sex capital of China. Dongguan has an estimated 7 million inhabitants, among whom around 5 million permanent migrants are from other parts of China, while the total population reaches 12 million. It is estimated the city once had as many as 250,000 prostitutes, which significantly exceeded the number of sex workers in Japan, where 50,000 sex workers were registered, and surprisingly reached the level of 200,000 sex workers in Germany in 2012. In the last 2 decades, Dongguan's GDP growth rate was higher than the national average growth rate. According to statistics, the city's GDP in 2012 amounted to 505 billion RMB, then exceeded 550 billion RMB in 2013, an increase of 9.8%, compared with the average national level of 7.7%. The media estimates the sex industry in Dongguan contributed 50 billion RMB to the GDP. The upstream and downstream of the sex industry in Dongguan included high-end hotels, sex workers, and ancillary services, cheap jewelry and makeup stores, online services that protect porn sites and its customers, drivers to transport sex workers, and cars for customers. Prostitution emerged in Dongguan in around 1995. At that time, the electronics industry was rising. Nokia, Samsung Electronics, Hitachi, Nikon, Schneider Electric, DuPont, Nestle gradually built their OEM factories there due to its cheap labor. In this process, those dispatch managers from Taiwan and Hong Kong, separated with their families, were rich but lonely, forming a huge market demand. Henceforth, the Japanese experience was adopted by the sex industry of Dongguan, leading to Dongguan sauna projects. Nowadays, the sex industry is formalized. Sex workers, after being paid, provide 15 to 30 types of sex service within 2 hours. The opening burlesque facial expressions with strict requirement and the guarantee of the number of customers can get an orgasm were called the Dongguan-style ISO standard, while the ISO standard is widely applied in the manufacturing industry. Sex workers also can be classified into 4 groups: high-end hotels, spas, karaoke bars, and streetwalkers. If a prostitute works in a sauna center, which is a medium-level charge, the customer pays her 500 RMB. The prostitute will get 250 RMB, while the hotel operator and the pimp get the other half. The prostitutes normally are asked to serve 2 or 3 clients per night and work 25 days per month, so annual income of a middle sex worker can reach more than 200,000 RMB. After the coverage on the 9th of February, authorities in Guangdong province launched a 3-month crackdown on the sex industry, but it was not the first time. Since 2004, Dongguan had experienced 4 crackdown campaigns as reported by the local media. For example, as the campaign called Dawn 2, authorities dispatched 26,054 police officers to raid 29,554 shops and entertainment venues and shut down 30 brothels. Anti-sex sweeps had come and gone several times, but prostitution in Dongguan had never been eradicated.